Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Quincy Kane here, and this is live stream number 108. And for this evening's stream, oh, hey, we got Chad in the chat. Hey, Chad, always good to see you. We got Jack in the chat as well. He and I were talking a little bit about Black Friday and stuff, but as I was saying, for this particular stream, you, the viewers, get to choose my set. Now, just to clarify, we are choosing original songs. I've got backing tracks, so if you're looking for a list of my songs, you can find them in the description on YouTube. If you're watching on Twitch, I've posted a list in the chat there. But yeah, whatever song of mine that you'd like to hear, make your pick, and I will play it just for you. If you haven't heard certain songs, if you're not really sure which song to pick or you haven't heard any of my songs, just pick a title that sounds interesting and we'll find out if you like it or not. But catching up with the chat here, Jack and I were just talking. Jack was asking if I'd gotten my new glasses yet. So some of you guys might know that I had a bit of a spill a couple weeks ago. I might update you guys a little bit on what's been going on with that, but I did break my glasses. And, yeah, did a little bit of shopping. Well, I guess just to kind of explain, so I had a seizure a couple weeks ago, and I've actually been dealing with seizures in my sleep for about 10 years, but this was the first time I'd had one while I was awake, and so I went to get that checked out, went to the doctors about that, and actually that's kind of what's been going on with me the past, this week and last week. This week I actually had an appointment this Monday, but it all went really well. A lot of the financial stuff worked out nicely, which was a huge blessing. And the checkup, so far it's looking good. It's really going to just be a matter of time. They've just got me on some medication right now, and it's just going to be kind of a matter of time to see if it actually works or not. So kind of in a waiting period. But during that particular episode, I was wearing my glasses at the time, and when I collapsed on the floor, I broke them. So I've been wearing contacts mostly, which I wear contacts a lot anyway. But yeah, I needed new glasses, and I'm not really supposed to be driving. So my mom's been my chauffeur for the past couple of weeks. She's been very just very sweet and kind of taking me out to do these things. So she and I kind of went to a few stores in town and shopping. And I can say there's a store called America's Best Glasses and Contacts, I think is what it's called, or Glasses and Lens or something like that. And I found a pair. I'd actually found a pair online from that same company that I liked. And then we went to the store and we were trying them on, and there was a pair that looked really good. And I looked up the brand name and it was like, oh, this was the same ones that I found online, And that ended up being the nicest pair and at a really good price too. And I ended up ordering them online though, and I think I don't know, I just got like a really good deal on them. I think it was like $120, $130 for the whole thing, and that included like special lens and a 1-year warranty and all that stuff. So yeah, so all that went well. Thanks, Jack. Yeah, Jack says, really glad to hear that the visit with the doctor has gone well. Yeah, so far all that's gone good. Wednesday, I had to go in for an MRI. And again, thankfully, like the financial stuff's working out nicely. Like I didn't have to pay for any of that. So that was a huge blessing. It's kind of funny. I don't know if any of you have ever seen the old Incredible Hulk TV show, like the one from the 70s. And but the first episode where Bruce Banner does the experiment on himself or whatever, and the huge machine with the gamma radiation that he does, that's what the MRI machine reminds me of. I always think it always kind of reminds me of that episode. So maybe if I get really angry, I'll turn into a big green monster. I'm not really sure, but yeah, that's kind of what's been going on with that. So it's been kind of a busy couple weeks because of all that, but thankfully everything's been working out nicely and been recovering and good. And yep, Jack said, sounds like a good deal for the glasses. And yeah, I'm pretty pleased with all that. But Chad, hope you're doing well. How has your week been? How's things been going? How about Thanksgiving, you guys? How was Thanksgiving for you all? Thanksgiving went pretty good at my household. Again, my family lives on a farm, actually, and we have a lot of relatives in the area, so it's a pretty big family. So I had a lot of family and friends come over. I think we had a total of 141 people at our house, and but thankfully we had pretty weather, so a lot of people were hanging out outside. A lot of the kids were playing outside, and we had like a little fire pit area where they could hang out and stuff, and yeah, it ended up being just a nice easy going Thanksgiving. The food was good and had some good conversation with people, and it was really nice. So I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving as well. I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with an instrumental for you guys. But Chad, Jack, whatever song you'd like me to play, go ahead and make a recommendation, and I will play that song just for you. So let me know what you'd like to hear, and I'll play it just for you. But while you guys are deciding and while you're sharing about your Thanksgiving, I will go ahead and just play an instrumental for you guys. So, yeah, hope you like it. Here we go. There y'all go. Again, sorry for whatever. My hands are really cold for some reason. I mean, the weather was fine today. I'm actually not totally sure why they were cold. I think I washed them fairly recently, and so I guess they just the water got them cold or something like that. So hopefully they'll warm up, by the time we get going and stuff. And I'm just a little under the weather. Like, I'm feeling okay, but I did have like some congestion stuff last night, so hopefully my vocals will be okay today. But we'll see what happens. I'll do my best. So. All right, catching up with the chat here. Yep, Jack says, yeah, MRIs are okay. Not much fun when they pump elevator music in to drown out the sound of the machine. I think I would have preferred elevator music. When I was put on the spot like that, they said they had Pandora radio, and they were like, whatever you want to listen to, we can give it to you. And I was trying to think of something soft, but it was hard to say what genre of music I wanted to listen to. I just wanted soft, pretty acoustic music, but acoustic rock or emo, but that was kind of hard. I don't know that you can look that up on Pandora or something. So I just said soft acoustic rock music, but it ended up being more like soft country music. But surprisingly, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't too twangy or anything like that. So it was actually, it was. I would say even more than tolerable. It was enjoyable music to listen to. But yeah, that kind of, and I think sort of a blessing in disguise. I had a little trouble sleeping the night before, but I think that helped me kind of relax in the machine. I was able to just I was basically just trying to take a nap while I was in there and just trying to stay still. So, But yeah, thank you for the emojis. Appreciate that. Let's see here. Yep, Jack says, I watched a lot of football on Thanksgiving. Had a burger at Burger King because that's right, I'm Canadian, and our Thanksgiving was in October. Yeah, sorry, I was asking for everyone, but I think I remember you mentioning that on the last stream that you've already had your Thanksgiving. But hey, a burger from Burger King doesn't sound too bad. I think I'm a little hungry right now because that actually sounds kind of good. So, all right, we've got a request from Jack. Oh, hey, we got Abe in the chat. Hey, Abe, how are you doing? Hope you've had a good week. How was your Thanksgiving? We were just talking to Jack about that. Jack's from Canada. So he'd actually had his back in October, but yeah, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I had a pretty good one myself. Pretty big turnout. I live in an area where a lot of my relatives are, so we had about 141 people at our house. But yeah, it was nice, and had good weather, so we were able to kind of hang out outside a little bit and just have some good conversation. But Abe, whatever song you'd like to hear, just let me know, and I will play it just for you. We've got a request here from Jack. Jack says, I really like your song, Say That It's Over. So I'm going to play that just for you, Jack. I'm going to play Say That It's Over in just a moment here. Abe says, it wasn't too bad, except all my kids got sick. I had to eat all the food myself. Man, sorry your kids got sick. I hope they're all feeling better now. And yeah, that's too bad. And I'm sure, yeah, that's a lot of food to have to eat by yourself. So I'm sure that filled you up for a while, but hopefully you got your appetite back now. Jack says, no sorry required, my dude. We're kind of weird up here. Weird is relative, to, just whatever's not normal for where you normally are. I don't know if I said that word, but you know what I mean. Weird is relative. So, what might be weird for us might be normal for you. So, and vice versa. All right, Jack, this one goes out to you. This is my song, Say That It's Over. Abe, if you've got a request, let me know, and I'll play it just for you. Let me get my backing track set up, and we'll get rocking. This one goes out to Jack. Say That It's Over. Your smile so deceptive that it almost looks real. Well, it must be hard to fake what you do not really feel. You're hiding, I know it. Tell me what's on your mind. I only wish to help. Won't you let me back inside? Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Your face shows no reaction when I call out your name. Your presence like a ghost. You seem so far away, and you know that I love you, but the words seem to have died. I just want this to end. Please let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Let me inside. Drift your eyes Just look at me when I look at you, because you must realize you're barely holding on and I'm holding tight. Would you just please try? Don't give in, you have to fight. Why won't you hear my cry? I don't wanna say goodbye. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Tell me the truth just one last time. I promise I'll help you. If only you'll let me back inside. Say that it's over. Now I don't wanna hear another lie. I just wanna help you. Please won't you let me back inside? Thank you. There you go, Jack. That was a request from Jack for my song Say That It's Over. And if you liked that one, well, you're in luck because it is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I'll grab a link for you in just a moment here, if I can find it. There we go. Yep, if you enjoyed that one, here is a link right there. There we go. All right, catching up with the chat. Let's see here. Yep, Abe says, I've got one for you to play. Do Ascension. I'll be in and out, though, because it's about time to drive home. I'll be listening, though. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad I can provide some music for you while you are driving home. So I like the guitars in that one. Thanks. Little backstory about that song. So originally, how do I explain this? I do play a few different instruments, and I never really set out to be like, I'm going to learn Oh, hey, we got Lady C in the chat. Hey, Lady C. Oh, and thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Sounded great. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, we have a request from Abe for my song Ascension, so a little backstory about that one. I didn't, set out thinking, man, I'm going to learn lots of instruments. Music was just always fun to me, and so I was always up for trying something, and me and my friends were trying the drums one day, and we had a drum set at our church with a double kick pedal. And of course, that's very popular in metal. So we're like, hey, let's try that out, see if we can do it. And I kind of thought, hey, maybe if I just go as fast as I can, it'll be a steady enough pulse that I can keep a consistent beat with it. And sure enough, I tried that, and it was pretty good. My friends were like, hey, man, that actually sounded pretty good. So that was enough motivation for me to set out and learn the drums. And so I did, and when I wrote Ascension, it was kind of meant to be, it was actually meant to be just an ensemble piece with my friends. I actually wrote the guitar parts for them. They were going to play the guitar stuff, and I was going to play the drums for that song. And it was just going to be, just a special piece of music for us to perform. We never really got to perform it together as a band, but I had written it. I had it in my catalog, so I was like, I'll go ahead and produce this one. So I ended up, recording it and releasing it a while back. But yep, I will go ahead and play that for you in just a moment here, Abe. Thank you for the emojis, Jack. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Yep, Jack says that was great, Quincy. Thank you so much. Let's see. Yep, some hellos in the chat. Yep, Lady C, I hope you're doing well. How was... I might have asked you this... I don't think I did. I might have asked you this on Instagram, but how was your Thanksgiving? I hope it was well. Yep. Lady C says, "Hi, JK. Easy name to type. I like it. Yep. I'm actually not sure if the JK is short for Jack or if your last name starts with a K, Jack. You might have to let me know that, because I'm not sure if I know your last name. But Abe says, that's funny. It's got all the elements I enjoy in metalcore. Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some, Kill Switch Engage influence in there. Maybe a little bit of August Burns Red, because it was kind of, since the motivation for it was... It was more so to revolve around the drums, Like, the motivation for it was to come up with a fun drum arrangement. And so if I was writing just an original, like just a normal song, it would be verse, chorus, and all of that. But this song had a little more of like a progression to it, like a progressive element where the song kind of almost tells a story. And so that is kind of that certainly was intentional when I'd crafted it. And I tend to write more that way, probably if because of the drums. The drums were kind of the main part, so I wanted to have I wanted the drum beat to kind of change as the song went along. If it was just a regular song, the drum beat would be pretty similar from section to section. But having that type of arrangement gave it more potential to evolve as it went along. So let me bring up the backing track. And I will play this one just for you. Lady C, if you'd like to make a request, let me know, and I will play a song just for you. This request comes from Abe. This one's an instrumental. This is my song, Ascension. Abe, this one goes out to you. Here we go. This is the elevator part, just waiting to get to our floor. Here we are. Ding! There you go, Abe. Again, that one's called Ascension. And once again, you're in luck. If you like that, the way that sounded, that song is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I will post a link in the chat if you'd like to check that song out again. There we go. Oh, I think we've got someone over on Twitch. Where is the song list? So it should be in the chat above. I don't know if you can see that. The song list in the above. Above, yep. At the top of the chat, so hopefully there's not too much there. Sorry, I missed that. I don't know if that's Conja K. Sorry, AK. Yeah, where's the set, or what's the set list, AK song list? When is the set list? How is the set list? Yeah. So good questions, all very. Why is the set list? Yeah, very deep. Yeah. So, yeah. Well, you can find the song list at the top. Yep. That's what it is. What it is my original songs. How it is I guess, over a period of time, these are the songs that I've written, so that's how it came to be. Why it is, so that I can share it with people, So I want to share with people the songs that I wrote. What else is it? When is it? When is now, So if there's a song you'd like me to play for you, yeah, go ahead and, if you haven't heard any of my songs, just kind of pick a title that sounds, interesting to you, and I'll play it for you, and we'll find out if you like it or not. So we got Fab Daddy in the chat. Hope you are doing well. How was your Thanksgiving? And let me catch up with the chat here. There's a little bit of conversation happening. Let's see. Yep, Lady C says, my Thanksgiving was good, just not as big as yours, Quincy. Yeah, I do think I remember we were chatting about that a little bit over Instagram. And, yeah, sounds like it sounds like it was a nice gathering, though, And so, to be honest, like, it was nice having everyone. But usually when it comes to, holiday celebrations, I like being with my immediate family, rather than like a big gathering of a bunch of people that I kind of know. Just being with the people that I'm closest with, that kind of quality over quantity type thing. But that's good. Glad to hear that. Chad, hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Let's see. Lady C says, I'm trying to remember the name of my current favorite. I have to take a break in 8 minutes for a premiere. Hopefully then I will remember the name. Well, I hope you can remember it as well. And I hope the premiere goes well that you are attending. Yeah, I hope all that plays out nicely. And yeah, Jack replying that's part of why I chose it, just to go JK. So yeah, I think that works out nicely. Let's see here. JK is my initials, but it also works as an abbreviation of Jack. Yep. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. Yep. Abe says, well, I'm off to driving home. Well, be safe on your way home. And if I don't know if you can listen while I'm playing or if you're having to, focus on driving. But if I can provide some commentary and some music while you're on your way home, I will do so. But otherwise, I hope you have safe travels. Fab Daddy says, love song. I want emotion. Please give the grief. I've got a song. Let's see. Like, do you want like a sad love song? Is that kind of what you're asking? I can maybe make a few recommendations. Yep. Give me a second here. Jack says, that's beautiful. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Fab Daddy says, I like Ascension very much. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Like I said, that one is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So you should be able to hear that again. Lady C says, I see why they requested that one. Very cool. Well, thank you. Glad you found it enjoyable. Okay, and then Kanja, sorry, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but Kanja says, I clicked 3 links on your chat and I found no list. Sorry, so the list should be in the chat. Like, it's not a link. The links are for the songs, but if you scroll back up to the top, you should see I posted in the chat and I just wrote song list and then wrote all the titles for my songs. But now that you say that might be a better way to do it. Maybe I do need to come up with some kind of link. That might be a little easier so it doesn't get lost in the chat. But if you scroll like all the way up to the top, The first thing I typed was, "Hey everyone, the stream will be starting soon. In the meantime, say hello, and if you don't mind, hit that follow button." Then I posted a couple links. I posted one link for my tip jar for anyone who wants to support my music, and a link to stay notified for new releases and content. And then right under that, the next thing I posted was the song list. You'll see in all caps it says song list, and then it's got my songs "Erase Myself," "Waking Up," "Move On," so on and so forth, and then it kind of continues. So, but maybe I'll try to find a more elegant way of doing that. Over on YouTube, I can just kind of post it in the description, and so everyone can just look in the description. But I don't know that Twitch has a description. I'm not sure that there is something. So I might need to come up with a more polished way of getting that set up. So let's see. Fab Daddy says, "I ate very good. Was a one-notch meal. Had to change my belt." Yep. Sounds like a lot of food. Yep, if that was necessary to do. Lady C says, "I swear I wrote Abe and not A autocorrect." Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you meant the name or someone else, but I understood what you were trying to say though. Fab Daddy says, "Click more in YouTube." Not totally sure what you mean by that, but if you were looking for a love song, let me see here. I'll talk about all the love songs that I've got. So I'm just going down the list here. Let's see. Okay, so For You is, it was actually about a friend of mine. So, but it is a love-ish song. It's about when you care about someone who doesn't, when there's someone that's going through something difficult and you want to be there for them, but they've kind of cut you off. They've cut everyone off, including you. It's just that frustration of wanting to help someone and they won't let you. So in that sense, it's kind of a love song like, oh, I want to be there to help you, but you're not letting me through. And then I already played Say That It's Over. That's actually about the same friend of mine, but that was more of the sad side of it, more like more of the pleading side of it. Please let me. Where For You is more of like the frustrating side of it. Love's Not Fair is a song about God's grace, because love is an action. And what makes love special is that it is not fair. It sounds like a complaint at first, but it's a good thing that love's not fair. That's what makes it special, If you only show love to the people that are nice to you, then anyone can do that. That there's nothing really special about that. Everyone likes to be nice to people who are nice to them. But to show love to people who don't deserve it, to show love when it's hard, that's when things start changing. That's when, your life can have an impact on someone else. And that's the same kind of love that God shows. So that's kind of what that song is about. Let's see. If Daniel's here, there's a song I like to play for Daniel called Let's Start Again. That's kind of a love song of sort of like, something's not quite going right with the relationship, but, you still want to make it work out. So let's start again. And I think that's all I got for love songs. So I don't know if any of those sound interesting to you, but yeah. The more is in, yeah, click more on YouTube. Okay, so if you're asking for the song list, so if you're commenting for Kanja, he's watching, or this person is watching over on Twitch. So I don't know that there is a description on Twitch, like you can click more and see the description. But thank you for trying to be helpful. So, love songs describe the artist. I could see that to some extent. If someone writes a love song, kind of how they view it, and I might have shared kind of an interesting. I don't know. I could go probably kind of deep into that topic, but probably what I shared was a little bit of kind of how I view love. Again, I think there is an emotion that comes with love, but I think love is more so an action. Love is something that you choose whether or not to show, and it's not always an easy thing to show. It's kind of a tough thing, and obviously there's different kinds of love, but you have love in the title, Love's Not Fair. If you'd like me to play that song, I can play it for you, because that is indeed a song about love, but so let me bring up the backing track, and I can play that one just for you. That one, it's a little bit of a softer song. some of the other ones I've played so far. Whoops, sorry, wrong thing. Have been a bit more like aggressive and heavy, and this one it kind of builds up, but starts kind of soft. It's kind of a prettier song, and I'll have to tune my guitar. That's my pick. Okay, all right. Well, Fab Daddy, this one goes out to you. Also, by the way, appreciate you tuning in. Would you like me to refer to you by your username, FabDaddy44, or is there an actual name that you would like me to refer to you as? Whichever you prefer, I'm cool with either one, but sometimes there are usernames that I recognize and I know the person's real name, and I'll call them by that. So whichever one you would prefer, I'd like to address you by your preference. So. Yeah, it is a bit of a ballad. Yep, it's kind of a softer song. So I'm actually going to tune my guitar real quick. There we go. And yeah, I'll be playing with a clean tone. The actual song was recorded with an acoustic guitar. Now, it does build up, like the rest of the band comes in, and it does have some distorted guitars, but this song actually revolves around an acoustic guitar. So, all right, here we go. Fab Daddy 44, this one goes out to you. This one's called Love's Not Fair. Staring at my own reflection through shattered bits of glass, showing me the perfect picture of who I really am. But when you look at me, you never turn away, kneeling next to me and picking up the pieces. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. I am such a useless failure, fallen to the ground. Every effort that I muster is never good enough. But when you look at me, standing next to me and holding out your hand, why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. So stop beating up myself. You took the punishment yourself. And it's just foolish pride to think that I could ever hurt myself enough to cover what I've done. I could cut myself dry and it still would never be enough. It makes no sense at all why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. But love isn't fair. In spite of all I am, you chose to die for me, and that isn't fair. But love's not fair. There you go. That one goes out to Fab Daddy 44. And that one was called Love's Not Fair. So thank you for the request. I hope you enjoyed the song. And if you did like it, I actually have that one available on Spotify. And there's actually two versions of that song you can listen to. There is the normal version, kind of like what you just heard. But there's also a stripped down version where it's just the vocals and just the acoustic guitar. And so both versions are available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. But let me post the link in the chat, and there you go. Yeah, if you like that one, you can listen to it again. So, keep it simple, call me Fab. All right, well, that sounds fabulous, so we'll go with that. If you want my real name, it's Sean, but on YouTube, I am Fab. Well, Fabulous Sean sounds good, so I'll play around with both. We'll see what ends up happening. So I watched this song before. I like it very much. But you are an amazing musician. Bravo. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words and for the applause emoji. So thank you. Abe says, I'm still listening, but now I'm walking the aisles of Walmart. Excellent performance, Quincy. Well, thanks, Abe. I'm glad I can give you some soundtrack while you're shopping at Walmart and stuff. So thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate that. Lady C says, I think Get Up Again is the one I want, but I'm not sure. But I really like this one as well. Well, thank you. Well, there you go. You can kind of have a bit of both, you know. I played that. You could enjoy that one based on Sean's choice. And but I can play Get Up Again for you, Lady C. So I think I will do that one in just a moment. Thank you, Jack. Jack says, so great. Thank you all. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. So, yes, I do think we have another request from Lady C here. My song, Get Up Again. And this is a song about perseverance, and man, might be kind of relevant for me. So some of you guys know, again, I'm kind of dealing with some stuff. Man, I feel like I always have to. I don't know. There's such a backstory here, so. To explain what goes on, it's a little bit of a story, but I've actually been dealing with seizures in my sleep for the past 10 years, and they were somewhat manageable because they only happened in my sleep, but a couple weeks ago, I had one while I was awake in my bedroom, and so I'm starting to revisit the doctors and getting that checked up, and thankfully things have been going well so far. You know, I'm just very hopeful. Had a lot of thoughts, prayers, and support from my family and some friends, and so far, you know, I've had a couple doctors visits and they've all gone very well. And you know, things on the financial end are working out nicely. So you know, there's not much stress in the situation. It's really just a matter of time, just to see if the medication is going to help me in dealing with them. But the reason I bring that up with this song is because this is a song about perseverance. It's a song about, you know, how you know, if you get knocked down, you get up again. You know, you keep going. No matter what happens, that is just. It's just worth it, you know? Like it's, you know, there's always going to be hurt in life. There's always going to be disappointment. You're always going to try things that don't work out. There's always going to be these unexpected stumbling stones that we have to deal with in our lives. But it's a lot better to just try, you know, just kind of try. And even if the first time you try, you don't succeed, and the first time you try, you don't overcome the obstacle, you know, you get up and you try again. And that's what makes it worth it, and it will be worthwhile, and you will get that. And so, so yeah, so this is, so for all of you, for anyone who's kind of dealing with, any kind of challenge, it's like, yeah, this is, just a song to kind of motivate you and kind of uplift you and stuff. But, Jack says, I've seen so many Walmart brawl videos. I hope it's a peaceful trip. In my town, Walmart's a pretty nice place. It's a pretty gentle environment, as far as I can tell. But I don't know. Maybe not all Walmarts are the same. Yeah, Abe. Yeah, I know. Abe says, "Geez, dude, that sounds terrible." And it's been rough, but it's I don't know. It's for whatever reason, it's been manageable, and now it's getting a little more where I probably do need the extra help. I think I was just younger when they first happened, and I just wanted a normal life. I didn't want to have to keep making trips to the hospital or anything like that, and I wanted my independence, because I'm not really supposed to be driving, so I kind of have to take a break from driving for a while we're waiting to see if the medication works, and I think I just didn't want to put up with that when I was younger, and so I. And yeah, they suck, but I was actually kind of fortunate that they only happened in my sleep. So they just happened some nights, and I'd be sore for a few days, but, I'd kind of recover and get going and stuff. But now, I think it's, just kind of realizing, it's just realizing, like, yes, reaching out for help and not trying to carry it by myself and stuff. And like I said, so far things are going well. And I've actually got a very, very hopeful outlook. Again, I'm not stressing about any of this. And I feel a little weird about sharing it, but, the only reason I'm even sharing it is just to, just because we all have stuff that we go through. We all have certain challenges that we face. And so I hope in some way that, this obstacle that I'm facing, maybe it can kind of give you some motivation for whatever obstacle you're facing, and we'll get through our obstacles together. So we got Stan in the chat. Hey, Stan, appreciate you tuning in. Hope you're doing well, brother. Lady C says, that means it was the right song for sure. Well, good. I'm going to play that for you in just a moment here. Lady C requested my song, Get Up Again. Fab says, don't hate me, but I shared your live with Messenger friends. I like turning my real life peeps onto good music. Keep it up, Quincy. Hey, sharing doesn't bother me at all. I actually really appreciate that. If there's a song of mine that you like, please share it. If there's a video you like, please share it. It actually helps me out. I'm trying to help more people come across my music. So thank you. Yeah, certainly nothing to hate about. I appreciate that. Stan, glad that you're doing great. Abe says this Walmart is pretty laid back, so I'm glad that it's a chill one. We've got another request from Stan to play. I haven't played Moved On yet, so I can play that one for you in a little bit here. We've got Auntie at Jack and a few music emojis there. If you've got a request, let me know, and I'll play a song for you. Well, thank you. Yeah, Abe says, well, that's awesome that you can turn that into something that can help others, and I'm not sure how helpful it is, but maybe somehow I'll figure out how to do that. So we'll see what happens. But Auntie, good to have you in the chat. Yep. Fab says seizures suck bad. My best friend has them. Knock on wood. Well, I hope he's overcoming his well. I know they can be quite different from person to person. Again, I know some people, they can be triggered by, flashing lights and such. And I think there's more than one type of seizure. But yeah, I hope your friend is able to overcome them as well. All right, this one goes out to Lady C. So, yeah, this is a song about perseverance. So, whatever challenges you guys are facing, just don't give up. You can overcome it. Whatever you're trying to achieve, just keep working towards it. And, falling's going to happen. But you can always just get back up, and it's worthwhile. So here we go. This one's called Get Up Again. Let me get tuned real quick. All right, here we go. floor. You've been here many times before. You can't ignore. The time in hand is running short. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Still holding on, still pushing through this marathon. Give all you've got. There's not much further left to crawl. No end in sight, and nothing's going right. Why even try? There's nothing left inside. It always hurts to lose what you wanted, but it feels worse to never have tried it. It's not the first and won't be the last time, so get up again. Thank you. That one was called Get Up Again, and that goes out to you, Lady C. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, that one is available on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music, so I will post a link, and that way if you guys want to hear it again, you can check it out later. Give me just a second. Here we go. And posting the link in the chat. All right, catching up with the chat here. Let's see. Yep, give me just a second here. Okay, yep, some hellos. Yep. Sharing is caring. Yep, from Stan. Let's see. Well, thanks. Yeah, Jack says, sharing it is awesome, my friend. I think how you're handling it is excellent. Glad you have people in your life who are there for you. Yeah, I'm super blessed. My family's been just super supportive and helpful through it and encouraging and I've been very grateful lately. You know, that's a word that's been popping up. I've just been super grateful for my family and just grateful for in the midst of this storm, just how things have been playing out nicely. Again, just a lot of the doctor's appointments, the financial stuff, all of it's just been playing out very nicely. So I'm super thankful to God for that, and just incredibly grateful, right now. So it's kind of, I know it sounds kind of funny, it's like, when you're dealing with something like that, how, I don't know, that grateful is the word that comes to mind. Another word might be, bitter or frustrated or sad, but I think, I don't know, that stuff just never really proves to be super helpful, and whereas gratitude has probably been like the most helpful thing in my life, just learning to be grateful for what you do have and the good things that you do have in your life. I think that just really elevates your entire life, when you kind of do that. So Fab says worst places to be having a seizure in bed. Worst places than bed. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. So in a weird way, I do consider that a blessing, because if I were having episodes while I was awake, again, they could happen anywhere, and you can really beat yourself up when they happen. The first few that I had, like before, we were aware of it. Like the very first one I had years ago, I had actually fallen out of bed, and my bed was probably, I don't know, 3 or 4 feet off the ground or something. Maybe 3. 4 might be a little tall, but and so it was a bit of a drop. And I actually had a toy, airsoft gun next to my bed, and I landed on it on the side of my head. And like you can really bang yourself up, and since then I've got a lower bed, and I've got like pillows around and stuff, and so that really helps. But yeah, you're absolutely right. In a weird way, it's been a blessing that they've only happened in my sleep, for so long. Fab asks, do you have a cassette or a record? I am old school. I will buy. So nothing physical yet. Again, all my released music right now is online. So it's in multiple places. You can find my music on Spotify. I do have a Bandcamp and you can download my music from Bandcamp. So you can get an MP3 if you like to listen, if you want to put that on your phone or an iPod, if people still have iPods, or some kind of MP3 player and listen, or even get the MP3 and burn it onto a disc. You could certainly do that. I'm afraid I don't have any cassettes or records right now, but maybe someday in the future, if I have a large enough request for that, something like that can be made. Stan says, talking to Jack, I told him once, you can't have that much genius in one person without a catch. Well, that's really kind of you to say, and I've had other friends say that, and I don't know about that. I'm not sure that having an interest in music or something. There's plenty of other musicians who have had to deal with epilepsy, but there's plenty who don't. So I'm not sure there's a link there, but thank you. Fab says, amazing. Thank you for the emojis, the rock on emojis from Abe. Fab says, that's tougher than the last time I heard you roar. Well, thanks. I can say, I don't know how well that came out. I'm dealing with a little bit of cold today. I've got a little bit of congestion. So we were getting to that part, and I was kind of like, man, we'll see what happens, thanks. Yeah. Stan says speechless. I don't know if you're talking about the song or something else, but Abe says, I'm back to driving again. Keep them coming. All right, Abe. Yep, I'll try to get another song going here. Lady C says, you sounded just wonderful, Quincy, and the song just has such an excellent message. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Yeah, I hope you find it encouraging. I hope it's helpful. I don't think it's the song I was thinking of. I think it's the first one I randomly requested you to play, but I do think it was the right song to play here and now. Well, I hope you still enjoyed it either way. Thank you so much for the kind words, Lady C. I appreciate that. Fab says, I want that 8-track. And Jack says, isn't old school in 8-track, and Fab says records are older. So I guess 8-track is a little more up to date, So, man, I don't even know how you begin. I'd have to look up a YouTube video like how do you make cassettes, how do you make 8-tracks, so, to see if I can find some way to get that made. All right, so we're doing all right on time. So yeah, if anyone else has a song, we got a request from Stan. I forgot. Stan had asked if I could play "Move On." So yeah, I'll give that one a shot. Let me get the backing track set up here. But yeah, if anyone else has a song request, again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can just look in the description. You just click more, and yeah, you should be able to see my song list in the description there. If you're watching on Twitch, you just have to scroll up to the top of the chat, and you should be able to see a list of songs in the chat. Yeah, all right. Let's see. All right, here we go. All right, this one goes out to you, Stan. Give me just a second to get set up here. All right, yep. And thanks for the request, Stan. Hope you enjoy this one. This is my song, Move On. And this is kind of a little bit of a song about perseverance, too. This is kind of a song about recognizing how far you've actually come. I think sometimes I find in life that life is a lot about balance. You know, it's not always doing too much of one thing or too much of the other, but kind of a balance of both. And what I mean by that is, like, when you have a certain goal, if you're focused, I think, too much on where you're trying to go, it can just seem so far away, and it can be a bit discouraging to just realize how far you have to go. And so I think it's nice from time to time to just look right in front of you and just don't worry about where you're going, but just focus on the next step and just focus on taking that next step and getting a little bit closer. But then at the same time, I think from time to time, if you get too zoned in on the step right in front of you, you might, it helps to look up from time to time and see where you're going and just make sure that you're going in the right direction. So it's kind of a balance of both. But the point of this is, like, sometimes in life, those moments where you feel like, man, just, I'm not making much progress. If you take a moment and look back at where you started and where you've come from, you might be surprised just how far you've made it. So that's kind of what this is a song about. So, you can move on. So move on. This one goes out to you, Stan. This one's Move On.
So obsessed, you're blind to your progress. See how far you've come, stay strong. You can move on, so move on. See how far you've come, stay strong. You can move on, so move on. Taste and see this bitter memory. You once were so weak, but now you've been set free. Yeah! See how far you've come, stay strong. You can move on, so move on. See how far you've come, stay strong. You can move on, so move on. So move on. yourself at the end of your road. You know it's not over. When you find yourself at the end of your road, you know it's not over. You've been down this road more than once before, and it won't stop you this time. No! Stay how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on. So move on. See how far you've come. Stay strong. You can move on.
Thank you. Again, that one was Move On, and that one goes out to Stan. Thanks for the request, Stan. And for anyone, if you enjoyed that song, once again, you are in luck, because that is a song that I've released. So you can find that on Spotify or wherever you like to listen to music. So I'll grab a link and post it in the chat. And if you'd like to hear it again, well, there you go. All right. Catching up with the chat here. Give me just a second. Yep, Stan says, my dad still has 8 tracks. So, yep. I'm sure some people do. I haven't listened to an 8-track in a while. I mean, I'm sure we've got some, packed away in the house somewhere. I'm sure I could dig some up, but pretty much, any song that I want to hear on the 8-track, I'm sure I could just look it up on YouTube. But there might be something kind of cozy about, sticking it into a record. Well, not a record player, but you know what I mean. What do you call that? What plays cassettes? Sticking it into whatever can play cassettes, 8 tracks, and having a listen to it. I do know, I've had certain situations where like I couldn't play music through my phone or something for some reason, and I've had to listen to my CDs. Like I still have a CD case, and there is something kind of special about pulling out like the CD and just putting it into a CD player and hearing some of those songs. There's something kind of nice. Now we have just access to whatever you want. You can find pretty much any song you want on YouTube. But there is something kind of special when you've just got that CD or that cassette or whatever it might be, with just a few songs on it, just the way, I don't know, there's just kind of a nice connection to it when you've got that. But Stan says, Quincy, this is my new anthem. Well, thank you. I do hope that song can kind of encourage you and be a source of encouragement. Thank you. Lady C says, powerful song. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Certainly appreciate the kind words. I think I've got time for maybe 1 or 2 more songs. We can hang out and chat for a little bit. But I'll probably play 1 or 2 more songs, and then might look to wrapping things up. But I've definitely enjoyed this. I really appreciate you guys. Abe says the drive is over. Awesome song again, Quincy. I'm home though. Need to leave the YouTube behind. Keep it up. Nice talking to you, Abe. Thank you so much for the kind words. I'm glad I could provide a bit of music for you while you were driving and shopping in Walmart and stuff. And thanks for just tuning in. I appreciate you hanging out, and thank you for the kind words of encouragement. And hope you have a great rest of your evening, night, whatever time it is, wherever you are. And thanks. Really appreciate it, man. But Jack says cassette player and an 8-track player. Yeah. And are cassettes and 8-tracks the same thing, or are they 2 different things? Or are they, is an 8-track like an upgrade of a cassette, I can't quite remember. I'm from the 90s, so when I was a kid, I had some cassette players, some old music from like my parents and stuff. But I grew up with CDs and stuff. But Stan says it was a giant Nintendo. So maybe is that what an 8-track is? Trying to think. I don't know. I'd have to see it. You know what? I'll just here's the great thing about the internet. I can just look up 8-track on Google. It is quite big. Let's see. Trying to see here. Okay, yeah, I kind of see. Wow, yeah. So that is a little different. Yeah. So cassette. I think cassette might have come a little bit after that. So 8-track's like really big. And then I guess a cassette was a little bit smaller. So yeah, so I might have been getting that confused by interchanging those two. So very interesting. So learn something new. Fab says, I could tape this recording if I wanted to, burn a CD, but I won't. This is special. Thank you, Quincy. No, by all means, you're certainly welcome. There's a couple things. If I will say this, if there's a certain performance on this stream that you enjoyed, one thing that I've been doing is sometimes I'll go back and I'll find a performance and I'll post it as a video. So rather than having to dig through the whole stream, you can just kind of hear that particular performance from the stream and stuff. So I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep in mind that stream 108 had a few nice performances in it, and maybe I'll pull it out and get some. But by all means, and like I said, you can if you heard any songs that you like, you can download them from my Bandcamp. If you just look me up on social media, whether it's on YouTube or Instagram, I should have links. And even those links that I posted for those songs, there should be a link to my Bandcamp. That's a website where you can actually download the songs. And by all means, if you wanted to download my songs and burn them to a CD, you're certainly welcome to do that. That's quite all right. And even better if you want to burn them and then share them with some people. That'd be even better. So yeah, that's quite all right. Rather just enjoy the convo and the tunes, and yeah, that's what I try to. That's what I want from these streams. The streams, it's more than just playing the songs. It's the conversation, and I'm still kind of learning how to do this myself. But I definitely appreciate having you guys in the chat, and you guys certainly help out. I just love being able to connect with you guys. And so whenever we can have good conversation, that really makes for a good stream. We got Daniel in the chat. Hey, Daniel, good evening at work. Just stopping by for a bit. Well, Daniel, if you want to make a quick song request, I can certainly play something for you, before you have to head back. But I do appreciate you stopping by. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? If you got time to tell me. Jack says, I think the cassette was the upgrade of the 8-track. That was my assessment. Looking at the pictures, it seemed like, the 8-track was kind of big, and so my guess is that the cassette was like a more compact version of that. So I guess it must have been like records first, and then I think 8-tracks would have been after records, maybe. There might have been something in between. Then cassettes, then CDs, and then MP3s. And now, internet, Spotify, all that. So Stan says, sorry, just noticed the Joker theme in the background. It's funny. I wasn't thinking Joker when I did it. I'm not sure what I was thinking. I always just kind of pick the colors at random. Sometimes what I'm wearing, I try to pick like colors that might complement that, But I just thought, I try to mix it up a little bit, so I don't think I'd done green and purple before, so I was like, all right, we'll do that. But you're right, it does kind of has a little bit of a Joker vibe to it. So if I could do a good Mark Hamill Joker impression, I would, but I can't. So I'm not sure I want to embarrass myself in trying to do an impression of Joker, but I'll have to work on the laugh, see if I can get that down. But let's see here. Fab says, having a hard copy would be nice. Well, by all means, yep. If you want to download the MP3s and make yourself a hard copy of some of the songs, I'm totally all right with that. So, let's see here. Some hellos, and Daniel says, Thanksgiving was great. Ate too much as usual. Hope y'all's was good. Yeah, we had a good Thanksgiving. Again, I've got a lot of, I live in an area with a lot of relatives, friends in the area. So we had like 141 people at our farmhouse. So it was a lot of people, but it was nice. It was a good time, good gathering. Daniel has a request for Say That It's Over. So yeah, I'll go ahead and play that one for you. I know somebody, I will say, I think that was maybe the first one that was requested or something. So it was a while back. I did do that one, but hopefully some of you, maybe y'all didn't hear it, and I can go ahead and play it for Daniel and for you guys as well. So wax cylinders came first. Is that really a thing? When I hear wax cylinders, I think of candles, but yeah, wow, look at that. Wax cylinder. Oh, yeah, that thing. Yeah. That's crazy. That's really crazy when you think of like how something like that could play music. It's amazing. Somehow MP3s seem more like make more sense than something like that. Like how the heck did they get music to come out of that thing? That's amazing. So, okay. Daniel says, or let's start again. Yeah, if you want. I mean, I don't know. I'm okay with doing either one. So let's see here. Let me find the backing track. I tell you what. I'll go ahead and do Let's Start Again for you, and then if you've got time, maybe I'll do Say That It's Over one more time, and then we might wrap things up or something. But so the story behind this one. This is a song. All right. So I've been doing music for a while. Just kind of learning my craft for a long time before I really decided like I wanted to try to have a career in it. And when I was first learning how to record music and like produce my own music, I believe it or not, I like more genres than just metal. Obviously I love metal. I got to get my capo 1 second. But there are other styles of music I like. And so when I was first learning how to produce music, there were, just other, I would do like alternative rock, punk rock kind of stuff. I would do like acoustic, emo stuff. I do like piano, pop rock kind of stuff. I kind of experimented with a lot of different genres. And originally on my Bandcamp, whenever I produced a song, I would just put it on Bandcamp. And, whatever genre it happened to be, that's what it was. But I kind of since learned that, like, you typically need to sort of focus on one genre if you're trying to build an audience so people kind of know, whoa, getting tripped up on my chords here. So people kind of know what to expect from you. And, hopefully in the future I can kind of branch out and do some of those other things. And actually, even still as an artist, I'm kind of developing my sound. But even in metal, again, some of you who heard earlier, like a song like Love's Not Fair, I think I definitely look to be a very diverse artist, I guess, or a very dynamic artist, like it's not every song is just about being like the heaviest thing I can write. It's kind of a broad spectrum. Some songs are heavy, some of them are quite soft, but hopefully they all have like a similar tone that sounds like me. And I think that's where like the artistry comes in, where I don't know if I can be specific of like, that sounds like me. I think it's just me trying to be genuine with the music I make. And there will be some link that connects them all, and you can tell that they come from the same person. But anyway, so this is actually, this was a kind of a alternative rock song that I wrote and I put out. And I don't know if this was the first song that Daniel heard or if this was just one that you heard from me and you liked it. But this is kind of this is Daniel's song. This is kind of a special one for him. So this isn't really a official release. I think you can find it maybe on my YouTube or something. I don't know if it's still on Bandcamp or not. I'm not sure. So might be just an exclusive. But either way, this is kind of a special song. This is Daniel's song. So here you go, Daniel. This one goes out to you. This is called Let's Start Again.
Back just one more time. Try to figure out the reason.
Man, I always forget the words. I'm sorry, I hardly ever do this one, and so whenever let's see, let's take it back just one more time and see if you and I. It's C first. The next one is and try to figure out. Yeah, I always get the verses mixed up. My bad. I was also thinking the solo. Hold on. Gosh. All right, there we go. Okay. Sorry. I probably should have done that before. Take two.
Let's take it back just one more time and see if you and I can make it right. I don't understand, why do we always have to fight? It's a cycle we go through, and you and I are too afraid to lose. It wouldn't be so hard if you would just tell me the truth. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend, and I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. And do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. Let's start again. Let's take it back just one more time and try to figure out the reason why. Do you feel the same, or are you messing with my mind? I can never understand what's going on inside your head. You could run away, or you could talk to me instead. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. But do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. You said that this would never end. You told me I was your best friend. I watched us as we fell apart. You are the one who broke my heart. I wanna leave it all behind, but I can't get you off my mind. It's true, I'm still in love with you. And do you think that you could love me too? So let's start again. Let's start again.
There we go. There you go, Daniel. Yep, that one was called Let's Start Again, and that one's just for you, my friend. So, all right. Catching up with the chat here. Let's see here. Looks like Jack might be heading out. Yeah, I'm kind of catching up with what's going on here. Oh, thanks. Yeah, appreciate the support, Fab. Yep, Fab says, please hit the like button. It costs nothing, and it helps spread the Quincy. Yep. Well, I appreciate that. And yes, that does help, clicking the like button, subscribing, commenting, sharing, all that stuff, it adds up. It might be just a little bit, but it really does help, so I appreciate that. Quincy, do a samba. Just kidding, but samba rock would be new. It would be. I'd have to play around with that. I don't even know if I could imitate samba right now. Like, I know samba, but I'd have to kind of hear it to be like, okay, that's like, I've never like dissected the style to know like what makes something sound like samba. So I'm afraid I don't think I could do much of an interpretation of that. But we'll go from there. Daniel says, it started with me watching one of his videos about guitar strap length, okay, or something. Then afterwards headed to his Bandcamp. Wow, I don't think I knew that. Yeah, I had posted a video. It's kind of funny. It was just like a really quick, just a quick video, like tip video. It wasn't meant to be anything like big. I had kind of learned this little trick for adjusting my guitar strap to like a comfortable height for playing when I'm standing, and I was like, sure, that'll be a video. I used to make a lot of tutorials back in the day, so I made that, and it's actually one of my most popular videos. It's amazing. It's called how to properly adjust your guitar strap, and yeah, for some reason it did kind of blow up. Like, a lot of people checked it out, and a lot of people found it helpful. Probably the one thing I would add to that is like it would probably. I basically advised that when you're adjusting your guitar strap, to do it while you're sitting down. Now, you still have to practice standing up because you lose the support of your leg, but when you have your guitar strap adjusted to kind of the same height when you're sitting down, it keeps the guitar relatively in the same place, so it's not as drastically different. But even better if you were to adjust it while in the classical position. So there's a classical position while sitting down with the guitar. That kind of has the guitar elevated slightly more at an angle, and that's a little more similar to how it'll actually be when you're standing up. When you're standing up, the weight of the guitar, the body kind of pulls it down, and so the neck sort of comes up like that. But a lot of times when you're sitting, you just have it on your lap, and so it's more parallel, and it's just kind of sideways. But either way, either one works. So, but just adjusting your strap height while you're sitting down tends to be pretty helpful. But that's kind of cool. I didn't realize you checked that out, and then you were like, let's see what this guy's music's like. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Jack, you might be, if you're gone, see you, Jack. But if you're still out there, Jack said, I've got to head out, but another great stream, Quincy. I'll have to catch the rest of the stream later. I think the world would be a better place if there were more people like you in it. Well, thanks, Jack. That's super kind of you to say. I appreciate that. And I mean, we can all do that. We can all just love others the way you would like to be loved. Treat others the way you want to be treated, and that makes a pretty big difference. And but thank you so much. You've been very kind to me, and I definitely appreciate that. Again, I'm very grateful for that. Fab says, I've been watching since Conspiracy Music about 2 months ago. Oh, well, awesome. Well, yeah. I've seen you in the chat some, and I definitely appreciate that, and appreciate you tuning in. It's always good. It's really nice to see familiar usernames, like I like getting to know the people in the chat and getting to talk with you guys, and so I definitely appreciate your support, and I'm glad you enjoy the music. I'm glad you connect with it. So, good night, Jack. Hope you have a good night. And yeah, that was very kind of him to say. Great praise, Jack. Have a great night till we meet again. Yep. Some goodbyes. Fab says, I can drive to your music, Quincy, for hours. That's why I need a hard copy. I live in the mountains of Northern California. Signals get lost. Interesting. Well, again, like I said, pretty much all the songs I've released, they are available on my Bandcamp. I'll post a link to just my Bandcamp real quick. Give me a second here to pull it up. But seriously, that is, it's all free too, just so you know. So if you want to, so on my Bandcamp, it's pay what you want. And so, if you'd like to pay something, I certainly appreciate it, but don't let that keep you from downloading the song. If you're like, oh, I want this song, but, I don't want to by all means, go ahead and download it. If you click on one of my songs, it just says, name your price, and you can put in $0, and that is okay. Like that is like, do not feel bad about that. I'm just glad that there's people out there who connect with my music and want to listen to it. So, so seriously, if you want to, I'll post a link, but you can go to my Bandcamp. I'm looking at it right now, and every song I've released so far is available on my Bandcamp. And so you can download, let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got about 12 songs. So I've got about an album's worth of songs on there. Now, 2 of them are technically the same song, but they're different versions of the same song. But so there you go. You can download all those songs, burn them onto a CD, and there you go. You got some music, some driving music to listen to. So I would totally be okay with that. So yeah, there we go. There's a link to my Bandcamp right there if you'd like to check it out. Let's see here. Yep. Daniel says, thanks, Quincy. My pleasure. Absolutely. Got to head out and get back to work. Hope you all have a great night. Thanks again, Quincy. Absolutely. Anytime, Daniel. Hope the rest of your shift goes well. Lady C says, I liked that one. Sorry, I'm mostly lurking and decorating. Hey, that's quite all right. That's the great thing about these streams is they almost kind of work as like a podcast a little bit. I try to speak a lot so that if anyone, because I understand that sometimes it's nice just to have this on and not just to watch it, but to have something to listen to. So that's awesome. Are you decorating for Christmas? Is it Christmas decorations and stuff? I know my mom is doing a lot of that, and I'm starting to see like little by little, we're getting the tree. We got the tree up and we got lights up, and little by little, there's other directions, other decorations coming up. We got Michael in the chat. Hey, Michael, hope you're doing well. Always appreciate you having in the chat. Oh, we got Clay in the chat too. Yep, Bandcamp Friday is tomorrow. Really? Is that true? Well, that's kind of convenient. So, Fab, if you wanted to wait, so Bandcamp Friday, so that's tomorrow. Once every month. I think the first Friday of every month is Bandcamp Friday. And what that means is, so whenever someone does buy music from Bandcamp, the people of Bandcamp, they take a small percentage of that. But on Bandcamp Friday, I don't think they take anything. I think the full price goes to the artist or whatever. So, again, if you're just planning to, download the music for free, again, that's totally fine. But if you did want to support me, tomorrow would be a good day to do that. Tomorrow, any track that you bought, you don't even have to buy all of them. You can just buy, like a couple of them or something. But any track that you bought, I would get to keep all of the revenue rather than a small percentage of it going to Bandcamp. So, yeah, that would be tomorrow. So thanks, Clay. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate that. Fab says, I know, but I got a cassette and CD player in my car, so there's that. Well, again, you can download the tracks, the MP3s, and then you can burn them onto a CD. So if you have any blank CDs, that would be how you can do it. Is you would just have the MP3s, and then you just need a blank CD to insert into your computer. And to be honest, it's been a while since I've burnt a CD, so I can't quite remember how to do it. You might have to look up a YouTube video to how to burn CDs, but there should be some way to do that. There should be some way to enter a blank CD and then burn MP3 files onto that CD, so then you can put that in your car and listen to some music. So, yeah, I think that'd be great. And you got radio too. Unfortunately, I'm not sure that any of my music is on the radio. Maybe someday. Lady C says, yes, Christmas decorations. Well, awesome. That's very nice. I do quite like the Christmas season. So, I do get excited seeing all the decorations and stuff. And I love the atmosphere. And I love some good Christmas music. So definitely enjoying that. But let's see here. Okay, a little bit of chat happening. Fab says, my laptop doesn't burn a CD. I wonder if there's another way, or maybe you got a friend who does one, I mean, if there's some way, and if there's someone who has a way, someone that that's got a way where you can burn a CD, I would just like for you to be able to have that, so we'll see. Michael, I don't know if you've got a song request, but if you do, I can play a song for you, whatever song you'd like to hear. Just make a request, I'll play it just for you, or if there's anyone else who's got it. Lady C says, external CD burners don't cost a lot. Yeah, I'm sure those are pretty cheap now. I forgot those were a thing, but but I guess they are. Again, I haven't burnt CDs in a long time, so even me, like I would have to look up a YouTube video like how to burn CDs, because it's been a while, so I would need a refresher on it myself. But I'd love for you to be able to have that. I'd love for you to have a collection of songs on a CD, so you can just listen to it, wherever you're driving to and stuff. But guys, I really have enjoyed this chat, this stream. Thank you so much for tuning in. I might play one, maybe two more songs. So if anyone else has got a request of a song that you'd like to hear, just let me know, and I'll play that song just for you. So so we'll hang out a little bit to see if anyone else has a song request, and we'll go from there. Yeah, Conspiracy Music, Clay says a lot of people like physical media, and it is true that while streaming is very popular, there are people who still who still quite like having some physical media and stuff. And even me, some of my favorite artists, whenever they release an album, like I like to get the physical version of that album. So it's still nice, even though I don't really listen to CDs much. I like to get the music from that, and then I'll just transfer it over to my computer and my phone or whatever it might be. So. Michael says, I like Love's Not Fair if you haven't already played it. I have played it, but I don't mind playing it again. And that's why Fab's saying Michael and me enjoy the same. So he played that one already. Yep, I did play it already, but I don't mind playing it again for you if that's the one you want to hear. So give me a second to get the backing track set up. And I'll do that one more time. And this might be the last one. If anyone else has a request, just let me know, and I might do two more. But if no one else has a request, this may be the last one. So Michael, I'm really okay with I did do it earlier, but it was a while back, so I'm really okay with doing this one again. So not a problem. Let me get my guitar tuned real quick. By the way, Michael, Clay, how was y'all's Thanksgiving? Did y'all have a good Thanksgiving? I certainly hope so. Again, others have probably heard me say this already, but had a pretty good gathering with my family. I kind of live in an area where I've got a lot of relatives nearby, and we had a bunch of people over to our house on the farm. I just unplugged myself, but... and we had about 141 people, so I had a pretty big gathering. But thankfully, we had good weather, so we weren't all crammed in the house. We were kind of outside and just hanging out. So it was a pretty good Thanksgiving day. Yeah, I unplugged my headphones, so there we go. Now I can hear again. All right, let me get tuned. Let's see. Clay says, I gained 8 pounds. It's like, yep, that'll happen, So, and right after that is Christmas. The Christmas season can have quite a bit of food as well. I'm a little easy on myself this time of year. I try to stay healthy, but this is the time of year where I'm like, yep, I know it's going to be tough. There's going to be lots of desserts and lots of good food, and when January comes around, I'll work it all off. So, yep, that happens. Let's see. I enjoyed the food for a week. Yep. That's the nice thing too, is the leftovers. I don't know about you guys, but I actually quite like that turkey cranberry sandwich. I don't even know if that I had any turkey on Thanksgiving Day. I ate a lot of stuffing and mashed potatoes and I don't know, a bunch of other stuff. But then afterwards, the leftover turkey, it's nice to take slices of that, and you put it on toasted bread with a little bit of mayo and some of that cranberry. I guess it's cranberry sauce, but you know what I mean. It's the weird cranberry jelly thing, whatever. I don't know. That probably doesn't make it sound appetizing, but it tastes really good on a turkey sandwich. And so that's I don't know. I had a few of those, and they hit the spot pretty good. So anyway, Michael, this one goes out to you. This is Love's Not Fair, and if no one else has a request, I do think this is going to be the last one because I am a little under the weather and I'm feeling it a little bit on my voice. So I'm hoping I can sing this one good for you. So we'll see what happens. Michael says, Maria and I spent Thanksgiving, just the two of us. It was great. Hey, I said before, sometimes I think it's quality over quantity. It's not so much how many people, it's who the people are. And so I think spending Thanksgiving Day with the person you love most, I think that's a lot to be thankful for. So that sounds pretty great. All right, here we go, Michael. This one goes out to you.
Staring at my own reflection through shattered bits of glass, showing me the perfect picture of who I really am. But when you look at me, you never turn away. Kneeling next to me and picking up the pieces. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. I am such a useless failure, fallen to the ground. Every effort that I muster is never good enough. But when you look at me, standing next to me and holding out your hand, why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. If I take just one moment away from my self-loathing, then maybe I would notice that I'm not meant to be broken. So stop beating up myself. You took the punishment yourself. And it's just foolish pride to think that I could ever hurt myself enough to cover what I've done. I could cut myself dry and it still would never be enough. It makes no sense at all. Why do you care? I know I'm undeserving of the love that you have chosen to share. It's just not fair. But love isn't fair. In spite of all I am, you chose to die for me, and that isn't fair. But love's not fair.
There you go, Michael. I hope that was all right. I like I said, I'm dealing with just a little bit of congestion, and I think I was okay mostly today, but I am starting to feel it just a little bit in my voice. So I probably am going to have to call it a wrap soon. So we shall go here. Let's see here. Yeah, Michael says, thanks, Quincy. Appreciate you doing a replay. Hey, no problem, man. I'm glad I could play it for you. I appreciate the request. So, yeah, I don't have a problem playing it again for you. Love that picking pattern. Well, thank you. Yeah, I don't even know how it came about to begin with, but I'll tell you one kind of funny thing about writing this song. So, there's let's see. Okay, so when I originally wrote this song, my at my church, we used to have special songs. Like we would allow people to share special songs, and so sometimes I would go up there and I would share. And it's kind of funny. My uncle Rick, he played bass at the time, and a lot of times he would accompany. Usually without the permission of the person performing the song. And so I kind of had sort of a side goal of like making sure it wasn't like super easy to pick up on, you know? So that song does have kind of an interesting, you know, like 3-measure timing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then it switches chords, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. And I also quite like unique chord movements. Like you're probably, you know, if you know the number system, you're probably familiar with like the 1, 5, 6, 4 chord progression. So, you know, if you've heard this song before, not that, let me try that again. You know, there are like thousands of songs with that chord progression. And so to me, I just, you know, I like to find, you know, less common chord progressions and try to find unique chord movements. Like I love good chord movements and stuff. So, so thanks. I'm glad you appreciate the picking pattern. And yeah, thank you. You know, Fab says, wow, amazeballs. Well, thank you. Michael says, Quincy, if you'd like to be part of the Saturday Night Live series that me, Dom, and Chris Lane are doing, let me know. Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me know. We'd love to have you. I may come as a guest at some point. I don't think it's something I could do regularly just because that is a little late for me. For health reasons, I gotta be mindful of getting to bed kind of early and stuff. But I'll keep in touch with you about that. I'll learn a little more about it, and maybe sometime when I can kind of plan for it, I can show up as a guest or something. But thanks for the invite. I really appreciate that. So I'll definitely, you know, I'll definitely kind of touch base with you about that at some point. I'm gonna actually make a little note about that real quick. I'm just gonna write Michael, Saturday Night Live. Yep. And that should be enough to remind me. So thank you. Really appreciate that. Thanks for the applause, Fab. Lady C says, I love that that's your reason for the picking pattern, and I really enjoy listening to that song again. Thank you. Again, to be honest, the song itself was certainly written for more genuine reasons, but that was kind of like a little side thing of like, I didn't want it to be like super simple that some other musician could just like try to play along and kind of like disrupt my performance and stuff. So yeah, there's a little you know, nugget for you of part of what influenced that you know, writing that. But yeah. But thank you so much. Yeah, Michael says we open the show with mini sets. You could do you could be a guest and do a 15-minute set at the start of the show. We do 3 performers, then an open mic. Okay, cool. That's good to know. Yeah. Again, I'm just gonna take a little. 1 second. I'm just gonna take a little screenshot of your comment there. There we go. So. That sounds good. Yeah. Again, I'll touch base with you when I feel like I could be a part of it. Now, do y'all do that every Saturday, or is it like, every other Saturday, once a month? How often do you guys do that? I'm pretty sure I've seen the thumbnail before, but I just hadn't paid attention to how often you guys do that particular stream. So, but yeah, I do appreciate the invite, and I'll certainly try to make an effort, see if I can be a guest at some point. Fab says, have a great night. Thank you for the chat, and especially Quincy for the mini concert. Hey, absolutely. Thanks, Sean, for stopping by. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I appreciate your kind words and support. And yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your week, and hope to see you next time. So, guys, I do think. Let's see. Yeah, Michael says every Saturday in December. Okay, so it's gonna be okay. That's good to know too. So. I'll make another little note about December. So hopefully I can work that out. Now, I will be honest. December is a pretty busy month, but I'll see what I can do. Maybe in a couple weeks here or something, I can work something out. So I'll message you, over Facebook or Instagram or something. Sent you an email. Not sure if we have the correct email for you though. I'll let you know real quick. Just a second. I have a couple. I kind of have like a personal email, and then like an artist email and stuff. And so I'm not sure which one I have shared. I would think I would share my artist email with others. Let's see. Well, it's just Quincy Kane Morris at gmail.com. So if it wasn't the right one, the other one would be QuinQuin1091. I'm not seeing an email from you right now. I see something from Chad, but I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll put it in the chat real quick. Quincy Kane Morris at gmail.com. Yep, there we go. There's the email right there. But yeah, I'll try to touch base with you about that as soon as I get a chance. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you all tuning in, and glad to hear that you all had good Thanksgivings and such. If you'd like to support me, I'm going to post a link here. This is a gift shop. It's still in development. So I'm trying to get some merch made, but that's been a bit of a process, especially with all the stuff going on with me lately. Haven't really been able to work on that. But there are a few ways to support me. There's a virtual tip jar in that link, and if you'd like to support me financially, that really does help. I do appreciate that. The other thing, if you'd like to just stay notified, whenever I release a new song or a new video, and you just want to stay up to date on all that, on that same link, you'll see a spot where you can sign up for my email list, and that allows me to notify you directly, so that whenever I've got a new song coming out or a new video or whatever it might be, you can stay up to date on all of that. So I certainly do appreciate the support. Other ways to support me are just, sharing my music, inviting people to the streams, liking the videos, commenting, subscribing, all that stuff really helps. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I've really enjoyed this, and it was a fun stream. I appreciate you all tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening or morning or night, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world. Until next time.